Namaste, this is Rishikeshwritings and we are at International Yoga Festival in 2025 at Parmarth, and we are with Guru Sabad Ji. Guru Sabad Ji is a Kundalini Yoga teacher or sadhak of Kundalini Shakti, and he shared the Mother Kundalini sadhana to many soul seekers who visited him, and he born in US but nowadays living in Mexico. So let's know his journey and his experiences with Mother Shakti Kundalini. Namaste.
So what's the question?
My question is what is Kundalini and how this is helpful in modern day life?
Kundalini is the primal source of all. So in modern life, there's so many distractions. We need focus. The techniques of Kundalini Yoga are just, I like to describe them as leverage. Leverage over that force which draws you into the earthly realm. And it's a powerful force. So we say that the force of gravity of Earth is 7 times greater than the pull of the heavens on the average person. So we all need some way to connect to our source. One thing I always say when I'm teaching is that movie Phone Home E.T. We're basically ETs on planet Earth. We're extraterrestrial beings that have a soul that came from some divine place, or an Atma that came from some divine place. If it came from anywhere, I don't know, but when you connect to the infinite possibilities, life gives you infinite opportunities, and you pass through this existence without being bothered by the pluses and the minuses. We say good and bad, only thinking makes it so. And so object is to be neutral, to move through the experience without being bothered by it, and just recognize it as an experience, and then go beyond experience back to our source, which is not an experience. But it is an experience. But it's an experience no one can describe.
You started your Kundalini Yoga with Yogi Bhajan Ji.
Yeah.
And how do you see this fruit the Master gave you?
Saved my life. He said, when I met him, he said to me, "You come with me, I'll give you everything you're looking for." And I had enough sense, for some reason, don't ask me why, because I don't know, some little voice inside said, "Don't question, just go." So I went. And here we are, 45 years later, he delivered. He gave me everything I was looking for. He gave me tools to experience my own consciousness and develop my awareness.
And how the present youth can develop the awareness, because there is so many distraction is happening.
There's no way out but practice.
A practice.
Yeah. You have to have discipline, and you have to practice on a daily basis. Otherwise you're stuck. Especially with where you were going, all the devices, the iPads, the cell phones, the AI now that's coming, that's going to change everything even more. If you don't have a practice, you will be entrapped in the matrix.
So what is the easiest way to come out with the matrix?
Practice. Spiritual practice. It doesn't matter which one. It doesn't matter whether it's Catholicism, Hinduism, Sikhism, Yogaism, whatever ism you want to put on it, it doesn't matter. It's just, it really comes down to the mantras, to the chants, to the bhajans, that you start to constantly repeat them, and that you have a practice each day that in which you sit and you and the relationship was between you and your God through the mantras. That's why all the traditions gave us, all traditions, I don't care if you go all the way back to indigenous people, gave us mantra. Like for us as Sikhs, it's Vaheguru, right? I've listened to so many indigenous people from North America, Central, South America, and when you hear them chanting, even in their simple form and they're dancing around, there's always a Wah there. It's an elemental sound to elevate yourself. So, but there are a number of them.
And how do we adapt the mantra, and why we should chant this?
Because it's a permutation and combination of sound that alters your consciousness, that alters the frequency of your brain to be able to connect into a different band of energy other than what we normally perceive. I mean, we're sitting here and we're looking at the flowers over there on those bushes and the colors and all the colors of the flowers there. We're hearing the sound of the wind, we're hearing the sound of the birds, and we're seeing with our eyes all these different frequencies of light, and we're decoding an image out of it. But it's just an image. It's just like watching TV. It's really no different. It's just a three-dimensional moving television in live format that I'm watching, and I need to go beyond the decode.
You're born in US, you visit India, learn Kundalini. How the India matters for you in life?
Because India is the source. India is the most current source of the knowledge of how to break the hypnotic trance, which is what everyone lives in. They're living in a hypnotic trance. They're being transfixed by the imagery that they're decoding through their mind. To go beyond that, you need technology, techniques, and India is the source. China had the same sources, but China has been interrupted by a current governing system. And India is still a free democracy that allows spirituality.
But we also see these days in India, we are more going toward the commercialism, or we're going toward the modernization, so we are lacking of that spirituality, and we see the differences, like in these days, like we see so many deaths, like the people, they go for a suicide, even in relationships,
Sure.
and we
Sure.
even in the jobs, career and thing. So like India also need to go back their roots, but they are going further toward the west. So what you would like to say to the youth of the India? How they can reconnect to
Well,
their
it doesn't
source?
matter what I say to the youth of India.
Yeah.
This is an awakening within the individual that happens, and when it happens, nothing will stop you. You'll just somehow latch into the knowledge that you need to practice. And then, I mean, I've been practicing 55 years. I get up every morning at 3 in the morning. I practice between 2 to 4 hours every single day. And after 55 years, I'm seeing the benefits in terms of the way my mind perceives things. I'm seeing the benefits in terms of the calmness in my life, the lack of reaction to things in my life that I used to react to all the time. All I can express is my personal experience. I can't say that, oh, you should do this or you should do that, because nobody's going to do that when you do that to them. They're going to do the exact opposite, especially youth.
Everybody have own individual experiences in the spirituality.
Yeah, absolutely.
They are a different flower in different garden.
Yes, yes. But, being born in India doesn't guarantee you anything.
Yeah.
I was born in America. It's like, talk about after materialism. America's been chasing materialism for 300 years now, you know. So I feel more at home in India than I do in America, and that's why I don't live in America anymore. I live in Mexico, because Mexico is very similar to India in family values, strong families still, a lot of indigenous, simple people, uneducated people that just, you know, their worship is, they don't have a sophisticated system of deities and gods. They simply worship nature through the elements.
Yeah, same thing our ancestors do. They worship the forest, they worship the trees, they plant 5 different trees which protecting the nature. Like we have a people tree. So people tree have you can see this is a people tree, and this tree always
This one here?
This one,
Oh,
this
that
one, yeah.
okay.
And it's always give 24-hour oxygen.
Yeah.
So it means they know the knowledge, like how to protect the environment.
Well, they
and how
were
to do-
simple, so they didn't make things complicated in their mind so they could communicate with nature. All these things talk, the trees talk, the birds are talking, the dogs talk to one another. You know, it's like, it's so obvious, everything communicates. It's a web, you know, that's interconnected. That's why I love, we have so many Tibetan Buddhist friends, you know, the whole interconnectedness of everything.
How do you see your journey, a 25-year of journey in this yoga festival?
I don't know. It's become larger and more sophisticated, and but it still has the same essence to it. You know, otherwise, why would Gurmukh and I keep coming back? You know, I mean, it's a long, hard journey to get here for us anymore. 17, 18, 19 hours of flying, and we come to India usually twice a year still, and I don't know how much longer that lasts for. We're both getting up in age, but we love India, we love the yoga festival. It's a very uplifting event, and everybody makes such a diligent effort to make it a wonderful experience for all those who come.
What is the value of Ganga in your life?
Ganga?
Yeah.
It honestly doesn't have a large value in my life, other than I love rivers. I've always pretty much lived on a river.
Yeah.
I lived in Alaska on the Yukon River for 11 years. So it's that eternal flow and recycle, you know, the water flows and down off the mountains and through this beautiful, and the color of Ganga, oh my God, magnificent, especially right now, that green color, you know. Where we live in Mexico, we live on the ocean. The ocean has that color. And but it doesn't have the same spiritual significance to me that it does to many other people. It's more nature for me than it is a place that I relate to as something super sacred.
What is your best memories with Yogi Bhajan ji?
Oh wow, so many memories. He was very direct, very honest, very compassionate. I don't know, I'd use the word. I mean, his kindness was a hard kindness. He was a Saturn teacher. So he didn't let you get away with anything. And he was right in your face when you were acting wrong. And so it takes retrospect to appreciate that kind of teacher. But I loved the man. He made me a promise and he delivered. What can I say?
So you are the gift of his teaching.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. And he never claimed they were his teachings. He always said they were the teachings of India. He said, I'm just a postman.
Yeah.
I'm delivering these, And because we were Sikhs, in Sikhism you can't have any gurus after the 10th guru, after Guru Gobind Singh. So, and we only look to the scripture of the Siddhi Guru Granth as our guru. So he would not allow us, and we did not consider him our guru. We considered him a teacher. But in all practical reality, he was that word, you know. He was one who took us from darkness to light. And he showed us what a human being could be.
Thank you for sharing your thoughts.
You're welcome.
Namaste. This is
Namaste.
Anand from Rishikesh Writings.